Hello everyone, how are we doing? I am Emma with The Clarity Babe. I am the author and creator of The Clarity Babe, but I want to hop on here because I want to provide you with some really great reads that I think are so perfect for what's happening right now. While we are practicing social distancing, it's an amazing opportunity to actually invest into your education. I want to be able to give you guys some books. These are paperback books that I had before I got my Kindle, but these are books that if you do have a Kindle or Kindle app or anything of that sort, you can download immediately and get started on immediately. Without further ado, if you want to have this amazing book list on hand, then please keep on watching. The first two books are The Great Divorce by C.S. Lewis and A Return to Love by Marianne Williamson. I'll start off with The Great Divorce. For those of you also who do not know, C.S. Lewis, I believe, is the author for the Narnia books. So if you're wondering what kind of book you're going to get, just know it's going to be great. That's all I'm going to say. It's going to be great. The Great Divorce has nothing to do with relationships, by the way. It really has to do with breaking apart from what sets you back. It has to do with being able to recognize your own ownership in how you decide to perceive your responsibility of being, your own CEO, so to speak, in the world, and really understanding that you are what's in between a really great life or a really not so fulfilling one. So just knowing that this book exists makes me so happy because this book is such a game changer. It really helped me take a lot more ownership and really understand that I'm responsible for where I am. And if I don't like where I am, then I'm also responsible for getting myself out. So A Return to Love by Marianne Williamson. This actually has a religious foundation to it. Now, I'm Jewish. This book is based off of Christianity, but it's not a religious book. It's actually very much about living life with compassion, looking at yourself as this compassionate being and really making decisions that are based off of love and compassion. And also, this book really touches upon, in my opinion, forgiveness and understanding that you are human and that's okay, but you're a compassionate human and you can always build that within you as well. So if you're someone who's maybe struggling with a little bit of emotional distress, I think this is a great book. I do believe faith is an amazing foundation. I'm not a super religious person. I'm very spiritual, and I just think that spirituality is something that we can all definitely tap into in different ways. It's a great book to kind of get a little bit of that spirituality and faith. The next bundle I want to get into is more of a leadership bundle. This bundle contains two substantial books. Not gonna lie, they're a bit substantial, but they are the kind of books that you do not want to put down. The two books are Jack Canfield's The Success Principles and John C. Maxwell's The 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. These books are absolutely fantastic. I read The Success Principles about a few years back. He's a fantastic writer and a fantastic thinker, and I think Jack Canfield just does a really good job of highlighting the different ways that you could be successful in your life and how you can navigate your way to get from point A to point B, so to speak. So, fantastic book. Don't ever want to put this down. It was just such a great read. I could speak. It was such a great read. The next book that I want to get into is one of many amazing works by John C. Maxwell, and that is The 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. For those of you who do not know, I am a John Maxwell member, and I was going to get officially certified as a coach through the John Maxwell team in March, but unfortunately I have to wait until next year due to what's happening in the landscape around us at the moment. But that's okay because I could still coach, I could still teach, and I could still host masterminds and all that jazz. So if anyone is interested in having a mastermind with me, then by all means, we will be utilizing his amazing works of leadership and success material to get us through this really rough time. So reach out to me, let me know. But this book in particular for me was just absolutely fantastic. It's more than just leadership by title, but it's leadership by action. And I think that this is something that's really valuable in your own life, just for leading your own self as well as for leading others. And I have to be honest, this is a really good influence book. If you're somebody that's looking to build more valuable connections, this is a great way to do that. Or he has other books like Everyone Communicates, Few Connects, which is another amazing option if you're somebody that's looking to be able to build better connections in your life. So that's the end of the leadership bundle. Now, the next few books are not in a bundle, but that's okay. 13 Things Mentally Strong People Don't Do by Amy Morin. I read this book a while ago, but so amazing. I think the best way to put it is that it's all about mastering your mental strength. I think it's great because a lot of times we like to talk about, well, you should do this, and you should do that, and you should do this. But we don't really dive into the things that maybe we shouldn't do in a way that's compassionate and compelling all at the same time. She talks about giving away your power, like don't do that. Don't shy away from change. Don't worry about pleasing everybody. Topics like that. Don't dwell on the past. Don't resent other people's success. Just a really great book. The next book I'm going to talk about is by Gretchen Rubin, and that is The Happiness Project. This book is just such like an enlightening read because she does instill a lot of like principles and values throughout the book that you can really use to help achieve such desired goals. So I think she does a really good job of being able to take a fleeting emotion and turning it into kind of like a principle lesson plan. She's also very transparent. So I really appreciate that because sometimes we're afraid to be really real and raw about the way that we think about things, and we allow society to tell us how to think about things. So if we think differently, it feels like, oh my gosh, is there something wrong with me? And she's so good at mastering those emotions. So without a doubt, fantastic read. Pretty lighthearted, but also emotionally driven, and I love it. The last book of the non-creative book, I have just a few more book recommendations that are more creative, is You Are a Badass, How to Stop Doubting Your Greatness and Start Living an Awesome Life by Jen Sincero. If you have not heard of this book, you need to hear this book right now. In fact, I feel like I'm giving you a gift by showing you this book. She has other books too, like regarding money and everything, but this book was just so good. It's such an ego boost book. Honestly, like if you are someone who might be struggling with your self-confidence or how to, really own your life and things like that, really amazing. Even just like the way that it's marketed, it's all about you. It's all about you. It's such a great self-absorption kind of book without being conceited or anything like that. It's just such an amazing self-help book, and I think it totally cracks and destroys any kind of stigma of self-help books, which if you have not noticed, the majority of the books that I actually do tend to read are self-help books, just because you're really able to learn different tools and skill sets that maybe have always been inside you, but you've never quite been able to master how to utilize them. So that's what that's for. The last 3 recommendations. The first one, which is like super easy and kind of small, is my to-do list. I think that making lists is another great way to utilize a notebook. I got this one from CVS for like $3. I mean, you can make it online if you want, but I just find that this just keeps me really organized regarding tasks and things that I need to get done, as well as prioritizing. So take advantage of this time to really learn how to make a really good task list. And if that's something, by the way, that you're interested in getting to know how to do, let me know. Then next book I'm going to recommend some kind of mandala coloring book or something that's makes you feel happy. I like coloring books like that because it just lets me kind of get my creative juices stirring. And last but certainly not least, a writing prompt book. I think that this kind of book is so good. I highly recommend looking at downloading either prompts or getting a writing book like this, a writing prompt book like this. This is from Target, but you can get this anywhere. And this is just really good for kind of a brain dump. I mean, same with journaling, but this just kind of gives you a little bit more direction. Like take a trip down memory lane and describe it in detail like it was a nursery rhyme. It's like putting your brain in places that it normally probably doesn't go. But I just think that while we're in this together, we might as well social distance like pros and really dive into our personal development and take this time to enjoy ourselves while we're here and thinking about our loved ones and everything like that. It has not always been easy, and I'm sure it's not easy for all of you, but at least having a little bit of joy in your day and productivity in your day can really make a very big difference between having a really great productive day and something that might seem a bit too self-reflective in a not so great way, like thinking about what's wrong in the world, what can go wrong. I'm not saying that we should not respect that or observe or really take into consideration the tough times that we're going through. But I do believe it's so good to at least put a little bit of joy into your day, because I think that's really what's going to build so much strength within you to get through this. If anybody has any questions or concerns, feel free to reach out to me. I am easily reachable at the Clarity Babe in my DMs. You can also contact me at www.theclaritybabe.com in the little contact page if you have any topic ideas that you want me to talk about, or if you want me to even translate this into a blog post, because I know I just started my blog. However I can make your experience on my page worth it, please let me know. But other than that, you guys all have an amazing day, and you make the most out of this, and you get into reading. Let me know what you think of some of the books, or if you have any other book ideas, please feel free to comment them down below. We could all use a little bit of love right now, so let's spread it together. All right, have a good one, guys.